In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to find which citations ChatGPT is sourcing in order to help your business get more exposure on ChatGPT. So I want to start with a prompt here. Who is the best auto shop in Portland, Oregon for repairs? The easiest place to go, you see all of these citations here and links and different things here. I recommend going straight to the bottom and opening up the sources here, and you'll see the citations show up. And ChatGPT normally shares about 20 to 25 citations. And what's really interesting about this is the way that the citations are being cited really depends on the prompt. It makes sense. Now, for more generalized prompts, who's the best auto shop in Portland for repairs, we see that Yelp and Reddit and Yelp get featured over and over again in these citations. And one thing that we're discovering as we dig into the data is that it's not necessarily about always showing up at the top of a list. It's better to show up on every list. So here's where it gets really interesting for your business is go and search for what you want to show up for and see if one citation source such as Yelp shows up multiple times. Yelp. Yelp shows up, I think, 4 times for all of these. And so if you're not showing up in the top 10, you don't necessarily have to be first, but if you could be seventh on one list and ninth on the other list and fourth on one list, that's really, really valuable. Obviously, then showing up on other lists like Carfax, it's about quantity of citations here. And then your own website can get a citation. Where it gets really interesting is if we change the prompt up a little bit. Who is the best specialty auto shop to go to for an old right-hand drive Toyota in Portland? So we go down and we go to the citations here and we open up the sources. And one thing that's really interesting is that as you get more specific in your query, you're likely going to get more specific in terms of the pages that are being cited. So if we go back to the citations and we go to the generic search, just best auto shop, as you start to see the auto shops show up, what you'll see is you'll see their home pages. Obviously it's got this UTM of ChatGPT so that it can tell your website that ChatGPT was how it was found, but it's the homepage. It's the homepage. As you get more specific in the queries, it's more of the specialty pages. So that's really important to as you're looking of which citation is getting sourced for the prompts that you care about, go both general prompts and specific prompts, and you'll likely find that the strategy for your business is create hyper specific pages. If you're an auto shop, you could do manufacturers, Toyota, Land Cruisers, right? Or Supras or Camrys. The more specific the prompt, not Camrys, the more specific the prompt, likely the more specific the page that you need. And so as the final thoughts here is, as you are looking at the citations, you're more likely to get your own website cited as the primary source for a very specific query. It's less about showing up on the citations themselves, the Yelps, the Reddits, for these specific prompts, because you need to prove to the crawlers, to ChatGPT as it crawls, that you actually operate and help on Camrys, on Forerunners, on the different specific vehicle types. If someone says, I have a 1995 Forerunner, and you have a Forerunner page, and on that page you say, we will work on any Forerunner from the years of, I don't know these cars that well, but 1995 to 2026. Then you're proving to the user and to ChatGPT that you should be cited. Whereas if you don't have this page at all, you're giving yourself a lower opportunity. Whereas for general queries, best auto shop near me, you really need to show up on as many of the lists as possible, all of the Yelps. If you can show up on Reddit and get cited there, you're going to win the game there. So that's how you find exactly which citations are getting featured. There are more as you go deeper down here. You can actually source more in the code, but for the sake of the average business owner, that is sufficient to see which citations are getting cited.